Oh, you're not supposed to see that yet. Hold on. Nope, that's not the thing. Okay, there it is. Holy crap, what is that? I have to know what that is. Am I scuffing already? You know what? We're just gonna put it on screen. I don't care. Why is my... You're seeing things you don't understand. Okay. You don't come to one of my streams for something professional. What's up? Okay. How we doing? Don't know. Should have probably prepared more for this, but it's not professional in the slightest, so I don't care. Okay. Anyway, a local VTuber goes to Japan and freaks out the locals. Okay, so I'm just going to talk about the first picture real quick because it's already on screen, but then I can do other stuff. But anyway, you know those planes that have the screen on them that give you like the real-time location of the plane that you're flying? Well, I was using that and I was just zooming in on the random islands underneath Alaska. And turns out there's this island called Unalaska. I'm assuming that's not part of Alaska, actually. I just thought it was funny, so I took a picture of it. Anyway. Why does it do that when I disappear it? What kind of background music do y'all want? Here, why don't we do something that fits? I'm gonna put my mouse back here on my couch. Okie dokie. Here we go. Let's do something that would actually fit here. 1 hour of Japanese koto music. This makes sense. Doom music, not happening. I like your taste, though. It's good taste. I feel like my dad might actually like the new Doom games. Can you hear it? Well, I can probably hear it if I... That's probably too loud. Oh, no, it's not. There, it's just barely there, so... Hoping it stays as background music. Okay. Howl's Moving Castle soundtrack? Oh. You're really trying to do that to me right now? Anyway. Let me go put this back on the correct tab. Okay. Not what I wanted. Alright. There we go. Okay, so you should be able to see that while I'm in this window. Why does it do that? Alright, cool. Anyway, friends and family really wanted to see the pictures from the trip, so here we go. That's Unalaska. It's not part of Alaska, I guess. I thought that was funny. Anyway. That is Tokyo, flying over Tokyo. You're going to be forgiving me, some of these pictures are vertical, and then the first several chunks of pictures are in 4:3 ratio. Didn't know my phone was doing that until I got like halfway through the trip. Anyway. Tokyo from the plane, I just snapped crap tons of pictures. This was host family's house. View out the front window from the second floor. In Kofu, and there's just mountains everywhere around it. The Kofu's just in a bowl in the basin there. Okay, so here we start for the first story time. Okay, so I want to invest in projects someday, so I'm doing research by going to restaurants. So I ordered this steak, and it was really good. And this is like, the sauce up there is like, it tasted very Japanese saucy, but it was good. It was very good. This is what most steak meals that you would order at a restaurant actually look like. They serve them on the black skillet on a wood plate. And it comes out sizzling. As it should. So they do it right. They're not crazy. What do you mean there's 30 people here? Put a stream on in the gym? Don't do that to me, dude. Anyway, so what was it talking about? Oh yeah, the steak dinner. I ordered the steak dinner. This was like the first restaurant that we really went to, and this is where I started freaking out the locals. This waitress sits us down and she's like, "I'm sorry, I don't speak English. I don't speak English. I don't speak English." And I'm just like, of course in Japanese, like, "Please don't worry about it. I can speak some Japanese. I know enough Japanese to do basic conversation and order at a restaurant." So like that wasn't the problem, but she sat us down and she was like super freaking out that she didn't speak English. So she like calls her manager over to take our order instead of her. And then I end up like, I'm just like Google translating to her, like please tell her not to freak out. Like I know how. She said my Japanese was good though, so that's surprising. That is an Elden Ring meme that made it onto the album somehow, and I thought Jacob would find it funny, skipping it. This, where was this? Ah, yes, this is, okay, I know where it is. This is in Nagano. This is just like the moat around this castle here. So I probably should have pulled out my travel brochure, but I'm not going to try to pronounce the name of the castle from memory. I will get it wrong. But this building has been standing there since like 1500s or something, so it's pretty old. Jacob laughed out loud before I explained it. Alright, yep, next. So, that's another one. See, I said a lot of these pictures were in 4.3. You're in that area of the game today. That's funny. Alright. I just snapped a ton of pictures as I was walking around it. Thought that reflection was cool. That's a duck. That's a slightly better picture of the duck, even though it's still out of focus. I had to zoom way in, so. That's a swan and the duck. Plural ducks. Matsumotojo Castle. Yes, that's the one. Rachel, thank you. Caught host mom in this picture. Okay, that's just some armor there. That's standing in the gateway of the castle. Host mom got caught in the picture. She wasn't prepared, obviously. There's the armor again. This is from the castle courtyard, and there's the line right there to go in. The way Japanese people do tourism is you line up, you wait your turn, you go through basically single file, you look at all the stuff really fast, and you're out, you're done. It's pretty quick. It's very organized, and you don't wear shoes. I just kept snapping pictures of the garden as I was walking or standing in line waiting to get in. It's a very nice, open, well-maintained place. Ooh. Blurry picture inside the castle. There we go. So, yep, Jacob, it looks exactly like Sekiro. Can confirm. And it gets better the further up you go. Anyway. This is one of the oldest, one of the few castles left in Japan, and it's not it's not as damaged as you think it would be. Like they still do lots of like little renovations here and there to make it more like earthquake proof, but you can like, because like for example this beam here is a little bit split, and the same on this one with the cracks on it, but some of them are a little bit split, but for the most part all these beams which are pretty thick, they're all still there and they're all original. So a lot of these signs were in English. I just took pictures of these so that I could read it later, and I sometimes didn't take pictures of what it went with. All right, but yeah, it is very cool. I don't know why I took that. It's just there's lots of little tiny windows that people would look out. Dropping stones on an enemy who were attempting to scale the castle walls. Yes, that's what that is. That's what they would lean out and drop stones. It's like chuck rocks at people down below. That's a dark photo. Part of the original castle wall preserved in the Showa period restoration 1950-55 with a maximum thickness of 29.4 centimeters. This wall could even withstand a musket fire. I mean, that's pretty, yeah. That's giant fish with a mustache. I thought that was weird. Another giant fish with beard. Ah, yes, they were the ornaments traditionally placed on the castle rooftops as protective charms against fire. Oh. Makes a lot of sense, yes. Tree. The main support pillars, I just don't remember what that was. It was real drafty in there. There's lots of, well, many open windows, and going upstairs will do that to you. It is true. Used to adorn cable under a hafu roof. See photo, yes. Jacob probably knows just as much about this stuff as me. Turnip shaped. They had a picture with the kind of like the blueprints of what this would look like without walls. So this is what it would look like if you could just like see an X-ray of it, basically. More picture inside. Looking at all of these, and they had everything like fenced off here, so you could only walk in a certain area. Here's where my grandpa will get really excited. All the guns, and I don't even know what they are, but they are all very cool. They had lots of guns. They had tons of guns. See, and the specs were in Japanese too, so. Oh, then they had, yes. I can zoom in on this, I think. It's like you can, that's what those mean, and you can kind of figure out the rest from there. That was difficult. Oh, I could have just gone to the next picture. Interesting. Okay. Got all the... I got sword pieces in here and more guns. A tiny little cannon. The matlock gun barrel. Matchlock. Wrapped around tempered iron rod called mandrel and forged into a seamless tube. An iron breech rock is screwed into the tube's tail end to seal it, and the barrel's interior is honed to a smooth, consistent inner diameter. From there, the barrel is worked into a final form. The muzzle, did they do that on purpose? No. Okay, the muzzle is shaped and sights are added to both ends. Finally, the barrel is joined to the stock, and zip, the mechanism will lock player. Yes. There were lots of guns. And then they had a little guy with a gun, little tiny dude taped to his plank here with a gun. More guns. I just kept taking pictures the entire way through. This had writing on the barrel. I thought that was kind of cool. And then this is the trigger and ignition system of one of the guns. I don't remember what that was, and it's kind of small. More pictures of guns. Good stuff here. You can see, we're all into anime, so we know, we can confirm that Japanese art has never changed. He looks so sad. Yes, suit of armor and sad dude. More guns and parts. Oh, this is where we get to the good stuff. Weird two-shot revolvers. Just double barrel revolver. Got American guns in there as well. Western style bullet case. This is where some of them kept their bullets. More guns. More pictures of guns. Tools for processing gunpowder. They made gunpowder somehow. Right, and these are the tools for it. And then they got the bullets. The musket balls. Nope, can't read it. Secret guns, which aren't secret because you can see them right here. It's a sword that's also a gun, see? It's just ninja tool. More weird looking guns. Pictures of the castle. More stuff I really don't know what it is. It's not, I couldn't read it. Anyway. With support from Holland, the Edo shogunate suppressed a large rebellion of farmers armed with muskets. Soon after, the government tightened its crackdown on gun ownership. Yep. That's what happens when you don't win, boys. Cool looking gun. Match cord. More pictures of pictures. Good stuff. The farmer's revolution that they were talking about, I think. Yeah. Another cool looking gun. windows inside the castle. If Jacob has walked around the castle in Sekiro, he knows exactly what this looks like. More cool looking guns. They had tons of guns. Tons and tons of guns and parts of guns that had art on them. This is how you know they were real cool people. They had art on their guns, like the dragon on the gun here. It's pretty cool. The barrel. This guy. He's on a horse. He's on a boat. Tiny little cannon. This is the view outside the castle. Picture of a view outside the castle. See. And then I'll have an actual picture from the outside, like view outside the castle too. So this, yeah. So this is the top floor. And looking down at Nagano and the moat. I'm pretty sure I took pictures of at all sides. Of course, I was still moving through the line single file, so they were kind of slanty pictures. The 6th floor lies 22.1 meters above ground and could be covered with 16 pieces of rush woven, what is that? Tatami mats, right. It was designed to be used as a headquarters for the warlord if the castle was under attack. Lowered from the ceiling. Oh yes, there's a hole in the ceiling that this statue would be put of the goddess. Yes. I took 2 pictures of that. This was just kind of sitting there in the middle of this room, and nobody knows what it is. Nobody could tell me what it was, so I took a picture of it. The 4th floor. The style of the 4th floor is quite different from that of the other rooms of the main tower. It has fewer pillars, more windows, and a higher ceiling, so that it is well lit and appears wide. Pillars and lintels are planed smooth from the lintels. Curtains and folding screens would be lowered to separate a large space from the 3 rooms in the surrounding corridor. The enclosed space is believed to be the Lord's chamber. Yes. Oh, I think that was this floor right here. Like, that's the screen. Pottery and cups and stuff and broken bits of them. The layout of the castle, I'm pretty sure. Shells in there, that's nice. Money. Money. This minor keep in addition to the 1636 is called Tatsumi Sugeyagora. It stands Tatsumi, or southeast of the main tower. You know, there's an anime character named Tatsumi that makes me wonder what his name actually means. Contained within the keep is a katomado, literally meaning bud-shaped window. First introduced from China into Japan in the 13th century, it was a staple of Chinese Buddhist architecture and gradually was incorporated into Japanese design. Yeah, wait. There we go. Gotta fully zoom out apparently. Guns with, okay, pictures of books with pictures of guns. There we go. That's a box. I don't know what a good chunk of these things are, but more view from the 3rd floor, I'm pretty sure. The ignition cartridge and a bullet case. There was just tons of stuff. Tons and tons and tons of stuff. That's a hat. It's a helmet, never mind. I mean, it is a hat. Bullet casting molds. Yes. This is a very, very Japanese looking helmet. Made of Japanese paper. Pfft. That's a box with art on it. It's another box. This is from, that's the garden where I was standing earlier, taking pictures as seen from the second floor of the castle. This is like the area that overlooks the garden, I guess. Picture of the castle. The moon viewing wing. That's where we were. That's where this was taken. It's a very cool place. The moat is cool. And then this is right outside, looking up at it. That's the moon viewing room. And you just go down the stairs in the back of it, and then you come out through here. And then that was the whole tour, basically. There was the swan was there, taking a nap. There's just some trees in the side of the garden and some gardening area over here. Yes, you do, Jacob. Yes, you do. You can't unsee it. And then this tree was singled out and just kind of fenced off. Didn't know what that was about. These are the dudes that took over the castle restoration project in the 50s. They have this little wall here built for them. And this is the gate to the castle, which I forgot to take a picture of on the way in, apparently. And you can see the work in the roof here, the designs and such. They're all like this. Yes, then this was a picture of Matsumoto Castle and the surrounding town, or what it would have looked like back then. They got like castle here, and then the town all around it. More pictures of castle, which I cut the top of the roof off. Interesting. I should have probably paid attention to that. And then this is just driving home. This is Mount Fuji from as seen from Kofu. So you need to understand how absolutely massive and huge Mount Fuji is. You don't understand because you've always seen it in pictures, and the pictures are always like fisheye lensed crapola. And so here, let me put this into perspective for you. Mount Fuji is a giant mountain. Okay, so that is a mountain. Now I'm taking a picture of it from a city that is very far away, and there is an entire other mountain range in between. Like, these are Colorado-sized mountains. You don't understand. So, and these mountains here are not even halfway between. These mountains are closer to me than they are to Mount Fuji. Maybe a third, I would guess, if I had to guesstimate. Because this was like this was kind of on the south side of Kofu, so maybe a quarter. But no, it's absolutely massive. So, and that's just a picture of that. There it is, way out there. I just didn't zoom in for that one. I did for this one. Did not for that. I alternated them. Anyway, so more driving, and I took. Okay, that's Mount Fuji. There we go. We rented a vehicle to go south to Mount Fuji. This was a hole-in-the-wall steak restaurant. Cash only. So we went to get steak at this cash-only steak restaurant. It was good though. Like that was like, they cooked the thing in garlic. So it was awesome. And there's just a picture of the lake in the town where we were at. Okay, so we went to this shrine. We hiked up to it. And so people would walk up this little sidewalk here. They got the box up front, and that's where they put their coin in, and they say their prayer to whatever God they believe lives here. And then they didn't allow photography up close. They had no photography signs. So what I couldn't get a picture of was the shrine maidens walking around over in here and back in here, wearing their cool shrine maiden garb. And a picture of me and Rachel in front of it. And this is the trail up past the shrine. They got these cool lamps there. Because apparently they like, it's wide enough that you could drive up, but nobody was doing that, obviously. Everybody was walking, which was smart. So this is the pagoda at the top of this little trail. And took a bunch of pictures of that. And then you can go up behind it, and you normally, without the cloud right here, you can see the top of it. That's Mount Fuji. This is Mount Fuji. But I thought this was a really good view. I took tons of pictures of it, so it was really good. So then we drove southwest around Mount Fuji to a farm that our friend Mitsuki said had awesome ice cream. So we got awesome, and the ice cream actually was really good, and it was like straight, like freshly made ice cream. It was awesome. Trying to get more pictures of Mount Fuji, but there's clouds. I'm skipping that. Okay. Anyway, this farm. I have to talk about this. This farm is one of the many scenes that the anime Yuru Camp takes place, which is a very wholesome, relaxing show to watch. You should totally watch it. These girls go camping at real existing locations in the show, and they have this farm was one of the places that they went in the show, so they have a whole thing here where you can buy merch from the anime. All right, that is a much better picture of Mount Fuji. And I got a slightly closer one without losing too much focus on the zoom. So then back behind where I was at, this was, I think, a little bit north or south of this farm. Can't remember which direction this was. Anyway, right near the farm, there's this waterfall basin here. You can walk down in it, and there's all these waterfalls here. And the temperature also drops like 10 degrees when you're down here. Of course, it was also approaching the end of the day, so that could have been part of it. It is beautiful. But the volcanic rock formations here are pretty cool. You can see like the lines from it that are in layers in this rocks. The rocks back here are real, like, kind of shiny and black. It's real cool. I just kept snapping. Walking back up, another picture of Mount Fuji. Another one. Alright, so went to this curry restaurant, and this tasted so good that I had to take a picture of it. So this is the best curry I've ever eaten. It's awesome. It's called Coco's Curry. We had to go back again later on. Okay, so while we were at the shrine, we got our it's like 100 yen or something. You get your fortune, right? You get your fortune from the shrine, which is it's more accurate than fortune cookie. So we have to go over it. We are unlucky. I cannot express to you how absolutely accurate this thing is. Anyway, health. Re-examine how you live your life in detail. Love, value the person you're with at present, which is nobody. Study, do your best, at your own pace, of course. Work, believe in yourself, stick to your own path. Travel alone is recommended, so sorry, Rachel, not going again. Gotta go solo next time. Business, solid, steady progression. Steady progress brings fortune, yep, which is all I can do. Anyway, so extremely accurate. Okay, we found at the Animate Shop, we found the last copy of the soundtrack to Bocchi the Rock. I was so happy that I found this. You don't have any idea. It's going in my car and it will get blared at full volume. Anyway, so here, this is in Kofu, so that we went to see the cherry blossoms at night, which are lit up. Yes, it is Bocchi, Jacob, from the hit show Bocchi the Rock. Anyway, I snapped a ton of pictures of this. There's a whole line of these trees. And they were in full bloom. Basically, we got extremely lucky because before and after this it rained, but when it rained after this, it took a lot of the buds off the trees, so it wouldn't have looked this good if we had waited till the next day. So this was... The pictures don't do it justice, man. That's up close. I thought I had a better in focus one. Anyway, whatever, I get another one. So this is looking down this little creek that they have made here. There's some pictures from the middle. I just kept changing the settings, trying to get a good one. That might be the most in focus one I have, unfortunately. So yeah, they got all the trees lit up, all the buds are blooming, and the next day, a good chunk of them were gone. So this was the day, the only day we were going to see it. They are extremely fragile, little flower buds, and it was raining. That's yikes. I just kept playing with the settings, and the sliders trying to get different pictures, but some of them didn't come out good. And then this is the road with more blossoms lit up with these lanterns that I don't remember the name of. My dad will like the pictures that he's about to see. Not that one. Got your head in the picture, Rachel. That's a good one. Have I had photography lessons? Yes. I used to be in the photography project in 4-H. I was good at it. But I didn't, my real camera, is busted. It no longer turns on. So I had to deal with my phone camera. So that's what we got. You can kind of see the reflection in this little puddle here. Anyway, so this is at the sports park, I think. So this building here is an ice rink. So we're gonna see this now. So this is a very nicely kept NHL regulation sized rink. The stands are cool. The ice is extremely well maintained. It was perfectly smooth. Perfectly. Cannot emphasize that enough. These dudes were out here treating it. That's the view from outside. More cherry blossom. They are... That one's in better focus. I know what you meant, Greg. I appreciate that. That's a good one. There we go. This one's in focus. That one's in more focus. All right, that one's not. So the next day it was kind of rainy, so we went to a mall, went shopping and stuff. It rained a few days while we were there and couldn't do a whole lot those days. So from the top of the mall where you can park on top of the mall, yes. I just took a picture of the cloud kind of weaving through the mountains here. So this was really cool. This Buddhist temple was built in the very early 1300s and is the oldest thing I have ever seen. So this is the gateway to it. Walking up, that's the gate to it. This is the path toward it, right inside the gate. With the cherry blossoms over here, these ones were still intact. Got tons of them over here. My pictures are all slanty. All right, weird. But anyway, this is the little incense burner and cover for it that they have in front of the temple. Which was really cool. It is extremely old. I don't know what this is, but I just took a picture of it off to the side. They got a pond with the fish. They do like their fish. Okay, so one day when we were walking home and it was kind of raining on us, the gutter system in Kofu is full of fish. No joke, it's full of fish. It's full of these fish. They love their fish. The koi pond, yes. More Buddhist statues. This is inside the temple. So this is looking back into it. So this is where the monks would all line up and pray, right? And then they got their little sanctuary looking thingy with the fancy chandelier and like all the levels of things and ceremonial whatever, who's it's back here, religious things, because we're all religious, ain't we? Just like the last Airbender. Yes, Dad. It's like, it's exactly like the cartoon, yeah. This is the ceiling, and it's got a dragon on it. You can kind of see it. It's very, very old. But you can see it. And supposedly there's if you stand directly underneath the head here, yeah, there's a space below you, and it's marked. You're supposed to clap your hands, and the acoustics are really wonky. Like, it echoes for a bit if you stand right there. It is pretty cool. We had a little history book that they gave us, a little English history book about the place. This is a closer up picture of the stuff. Got their big fancy chandelier. Oh, and the most sacred of all artifacts, the fire extinguisher. Yes. More Buddhist stuff. Okay, so then they got these paintings here. You can tell, once again, I emphasize how the Japanese art style has never changed. So they have these paintings of like their renditions of I think this one, is hell. This one is heaven. Because there's like demons and creatures on this one. Ooh, I might sneeze. Excuse me. Anyway, let me put my glasses back on. Angry Buddhist statue. And here is a small miniature of the temple. You can see how it's elevated. Thank you, Greg. I appreciate that. And then you can walk around in the back. Like, they got these rooms in the back where you can walk around and look at all these artifacts. I don't know why he's mad. He's supposed to be at peace, right? They got, yeah. You can put your little coins in here, I guess. More Buddha statues. The Buddha. Why is that one blurry? Anyway, they got all these things that I can't read. Okay, so while we were back here in this room, looking at all these artifacts, right? There's another door behind me while I'm here that leads down into a pitch black room. And supposedly there's a keyhole in the room, and if you find the keyhole and you find the key somewhere, Supposed to put the key in the keyhole, and that's the gateway to heaven, apparently. But you get out, and I was walking around the room, right? Around the wall, because I didn't want to leave the wall, so I walked around touching the wall the entire way so that I wouldn't get lost. I was like, why is this room curving? I'm getting lost. So I got out, and then Rachel opened the book and was like, oh, the room, by the way, the room is shaped like a heart. And I had to think about that for a few minutes. Like, yes, that makes sense, but I'm stupid, so I didn't know that while I was down there. I was too lost in the dark. More pictures of the back, picture of the front of the model. And then out off to the side of the temple, there is a shrine here. You got your torii gates, and then the shrine is way back here. That's the shrine. The little bell thingy here in the box. Jacob, I don't know if you've made it this far into Sekiro, but if you did, you would know what this is. But this bell, I believe, is actually not from here, or not from this temple. It was moved here. Don't remember where from. And this is the side, looking at the door on this side. It's just old. It's just all very old. So then we went and looked at this actual shrine on the way home from seeing the temple. I wanted to see what the shrine was like. This was advertised as the place. Like this place is free from evil, they say. But yes, these are the most Japanese things I saw while I was there. And this is like getting closer to the shrine, and then there's like a place to wash your hands, I think that's what that is. And then that's the shrine. And the dude that runs it was off that day. I'm pretty sure it was a Monday? Don't know. They don't like to work on Mondays. Cherry Blossom. And this is right up next to it. And that's the box where they put their money in and they ring the bell. There it is. Okay. The next day, I believe, we went to McDonald's and freaked out more people with our horrible food ordering skills. So, we had to try something on the Japanese McDonald's menu. And what better to try than the samurai cheeseburger, which I did not take a picture of. The samurai cheeseburger is 2 patties of beef, 2 slices of cheese, thinly sliced onions, and soy sauce, which was extremely delicious, by the way. Also, this here is what is called the Sakura Fizz drink. It is literally just cherry soda, and it was awesome. So, after we were done with our trip around the Kofu area, I decided to splurge on and go spend two nights in Tokyo at a very nice hotel. And we went all the way across Tokyo. We went to this skyscraper here and took pictures of the view, which was neat. And this is the lobby of the hotel. The Villa Grand Fontaine. That's not in the correct order, but anyway. This hotel, I just stayed here because it's connected to the airport. You can literally just walk down a big hallway and you're in the airport. But it's also very nice, and the floors above it are the rich version. This is already super nice, but upstairs is a much richer version of the hotel with a spa and things and the hot spring that you can go to. Yeah, I didn't get any of those, but yes. So our last full day in Japan, we went literally all over Tokyo. So here, this is Tokyo Station. So now we are going to the Emperor's Palace. This is a bridge leading over to it. And I was just thinking as I was taking these pictures, like, you know, when my great-grandfather was here in 1945, none of this was here. They got this little fountain set up over here. This is still outside the palace, but there's this very nice grassy maintained area with these trees that look old. And this is the walk up to the gate. That's the gate to the palace. They did our search of everybody, and because it's important that nobody takes anything stupid in there. This is the moat. I could not get close to it at this point. There were security dudes literally everywhere. This was super difficult for me to do. And I don't know what this building is, but it looked important, so I took a picture of it. And this is just walking around the outside of the palace. You cannot go in. There must be like a special tour or something that goes through it. But if there is, I don't know about it. But it's all walled off, and there's tons of security guards and people around it. So there's security people everywhere. It's insane. So this is just like, just the amount of tourists that were walking through here were kind of nuts. Big wall in between, well, not in between, but like on the other, this is the other side of the moat. The moat is in here, like can't see over it, and it's fenced off, and there's a security guard over here, and there's a security guard over here. And then this is looking toward the palace, but like you can't get in because it's all walled off, and that's locked. Don't know exactly what that is. This is the moat again. There were more security guards, but I tried to not have them in the picture. These walls are huge. And this is, kept walking up to the gate here. And this is just outside the palace area where there's a little pathway here. This is another picture of the moat. And the picture of the wall. That's important. I will let you know in a moment. That right there. That's important. Because this is where it happened. Rachel walked ahead of me, and I was going to try to use her as cover. History moment. When the Japanese surrendered in World War II. My great-grandfather happened to be there. He decided to... No family secrets? Yeah, well, he decided to do something in the moat. Those of you that know, you know. We got away with it, though. Rachel ran ahead of me, and we got away with it. The security guard saw me, though, and I had to book it. So we booked it up to the garden before he could get through the crowd to me. And this is the these are the Emperor's Gardens. This is like flat like a putting green at a golf course. I was kind of surprised that people were walking across it, honestly, because like nowhere else like people would do this. but they could apparently. And then this is a ruin of part of the castle. And you can walk up in it. I did not, because I had seen stuff like it. This is more pictures of the garden. It was all very, very well maintained and kept. The trees are all there. This road is very nice. I imagine the road was not this nice when the emperor owned it. But all this is still nice. Cherry blossom. Cherry blossom. Grass is greener over here than it was in the previous area. It was really weird being here, because just think, like, taking these pictures, like it definitely, like, the garden is all still here, right? And a lot of the trees are still here and are really old, but like when my great-grandfather was there, none of those buildings were there, and I'm sure some of the trees were shorter. Very weird. This was a weird feeling. This was a very weird feeling. Cherry blossom. Just kept snapping pictures because the garden is huge. Alright, so this, don't know what that is, but it's red. This is the guardhouse down here. Big wall, guardhouse. More big walls. Looking away from the guardhouse. The gate to the castle. Very similar to other castles we've seen. Okay, then we went to Akihabara, which is where all the nerd stuff is. And I shared this, but I'm a big fan of this game, Arknights. So there was a giant poster of it on this building. So I had to take a picture of it. Great game. You should play it. This used to be the Sega building. It is not anymore. Big sad. This used to be very, very famous for being the Sega building. Everybody knows what Sega is. This is Shibuya Crossing. This is Times Square. The world's busiest intersection. This is it. And it's also extremely annoying because you can tell there's like at least 700 VTubers in here, and they're all streaming or taking like video. They don't know I was there. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that like at least half of these people don't belong here. Like, there's just no way. Cause like there's lots of businesses at other intersections, but for some reason this is the busy one. I don't know. They got Starbucks back here, and every shop is packed. Every restaurant in this area is packed. It's just bonkers. There were too many streamers there. I am reclusive. So we crossed it. Why people would choose to drive through here, I have no idea. Greg, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of claustrophobic. This is the second Pokemon Center that I went to, not the first one. But they got the Mewtwo and they got the lab set up looking thing in here, which was really cool. And that's life-size Goku, which we're all taller than Goku, by the way. He's only like 5'9". And this was the plane, on the plane leaving Tokyo. And that's the end. So, which is good because the music playlist ended. Yes, I knew Greg would like that. Yes, the Mewtwo and the Goku. Alright, stuff I bought while I was in Aki. I bought the full set of Spy Family figures, so I have the whole family. But I got the Japanese exclusive figures for them, so I have all of them, but like the ones that you can't get in America. I got... What else did I get? I got strawberry cheesecake flavored Kit Kats. Any pics of Mitsuki's family? No! I did not take any pictures of them, and I should have. It did not occur to me because most of the time when I was around them, my phone was locked into Google Translate. It was an amazing trip. I want to make a joke, but I can't. Anyway. That is all I got. Probably should have taken a picture of host family, but I did not. Anywho, that is basically all I got. Which is good. The stream went on an hour and 10 minutes, so... Did host dad like the hat? He loved it. When I gave it to him, he pulled out a giant toy gun, which doesn't look like a toy. So I was like shocked there for a second, because he pulls out this toy gun, and he goes, "Dirty Harry." Like, what? All right. Anyway, but the English that he did know was hilarious. Still, it was a good time. Anyway, I'm gonna end it here. Thank you for watching. Like the video, and I'll go back and take more pictures.